Workers are not earning enough wages to afford the most basic thing, a place to live. According to the National Low Income Housing Coalition, the average individual now has to work more than 100 hours a week just to earn enough income to afford a 2-bedroom apartment rental. 100 hours a week. The group looked at average rents across the country and determined that in order to have enough money to afford a 2-bedroom apartment and other necessities, the average worker needs to earn over $28 an hour. And that's on average. In some states, it's way more. In New York, you need to earn more than $40 an hour. In Florida, it's over $30 an hour. In California, it's more than $42 an hour. The current federal minimum wage is just $7.25 an hour. There's not a single state in the country that offers a minimum wage that would allow workers to afford a 2-bedroom apartment working just 40 hours a week. And 50% of workers in the country don't earn enough during a 40-hour week to even afford rent for a 1-bedroom apartment, which requires on average a wage of more than $23 an hour. Bootlickers for capital like to claim that younger generations can't afford homes because they're spending too much money on avocado toast and shit. But no, it's because the ownership.
Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone where I learned this truth from. And peace and salutations to all you hopeful like Akim out there laboring by pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Amar from the GMS Idaho camp, coming at you with, an article going into the cost of living and how the wages to bills and inflation is just not adding up, and these people are sick of it. And I understand that the news article that I kind of showed was a little bit of a satire. It's kind of funny. The guy he's an independent journalist. I've seen a couple of his videos before. You can look up the information and it's on point. This guy made a really good point that these people got to work over 100 hours a week just to maintain a 2-bedroom apartment. That's just your living costs for that place. That doesn't include if you got kids, if you're out here trying to support a family, even one kid, man. Whatever it is in different situations that the brothers are going through, this is going to be that boiling in a frog slowly turning up the heat analogy, because these devils are pushing the limit on people's sanity, man. That's why you see people acting out crazy, man. People are stressed out, like that Edomite that blasted 3 of his sons. He said because he was angry and stressed out and stuff. So there's a lot of things that we understand. It's demons, but these demons are working on people's minds because they're getting pushed to the edge of being overly stressed, overly worked, underly paid. Not being able to live that American dream that they're promised to at such a young age, man. So, just brothers, do what you do. If you got a tribe up, get with another brother. Get your living situation to the lowest possible of what you got to pay, because really, really, we understand that all this is going to drop. And when the dollar drops and when everything's going crazy, ain't nobody paying rent, But until those times, we just got to keep our head down and endure. And the Lord, is going to, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to provide for his. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is always looking out for his children. Like the scriptures say, if he can feed the sparrows, how much more so, his own sons. So this is Proverbs 30:8. This is remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Give me neither poverty, because we, get too poor to where you're going to be, either losing faith or, doing something off that's out of the spirit, that's carnal, to get whatever means of money that you might think you need to just survive, but Jake can get pushed to those extremes pretty quickly, especially if they're not rooted and grounded in the faith. That's why you have to continue to pray always and repent daily and to ask the Lord to provide for you, because that's all we do, man. We go to these job interviews, we go to these jobs, but it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that allows you to get a yes or a no. This is continuing, nor riches, because if we get too rich, that's the flip side, then we're comfortable. We don't want to go to, we don't want America to fall down. You don't want it to keep getting worse and worse. You want it to just maintain where it is because you're doing good. That's, again, not the spirit to be in. because the most people that are going to be affected when the Jacob's troubles comes and this shit hits the fan is those people that are fully invested in this world and have a lot of tangible things, you know, and these are just things that can just go away in a poof. I was watching a video, and we say this all the time now in the camp, the GMS Idaho camp, is that when the lights go out, everybody is the same. But, you know, nonetheless, people are very stressed out, and scriptures speak about that, especially being under the curses. This is one of those curses that are on us to this day. This is Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to be put into a bag with holes. You know, we can start to the top. You have sown much, so you're out there doing a lot of work. We're putting in hella hours at these fucking jobs, and bring in little. Self-explanatory. Ye eat, but ye have not enough, because the food that we're eating, that we're paying all this fake money, funny money for, you know, is not even real food. It has no seeds. It's GMO. It's cloned meat. You know, whatever it is, man, it's not sustaining you. Because, again, not to go too off, but they don't do land sabbatical, so all the nutrients is out of the food that they feed you in the first place. You got to eat 40 apples to get the equivalent of nutrients that you did, you know, 40 years ago in the 1940s. You know, roughly paraphrasing, I believe it's 1940s, not 40 years ago. But the point is that the food nutrition level is going down drastically, and that's what keeps you sustained. That's what keeps you not hungry. That what keeps you not having cravings. Going into ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Going into this polluted water, you know, it's man. If you could look under a microscope and see what's under your water, you would not want to drink that either. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm, because hey man, these clothes, tangible, cheaply made in China. You know, never having enough, always having to do something just to maintain your even wardrobe you got to wear every day. And he that earneth wages, because we all earn wages, man. No one's doing, well, I mean, there's Jake that got their own businesses and this and that doing good, but for the most part, in generalities, everyone's working for a wage. And that wage to put into a bag with holes, put it into a bag with holes. And that means, hey, like the saying goes, you got a hole in your pocket, you know, like you give some money, your grandma would give you money, whatever, and she's like, oh, you already spent that? What do you got, a hole in your pocket? It's the analogy, mean, hey, as soon as you get the money, boom, it's going towards the bill. It's going towards the bill that you didn't pay last month. Oh, groceries, because you weren't able to get as much groceries because you had to pay another bill, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So this is just the type of things that you're going to deal with in this time. So you know what, Akim? It is what it is, and just understand that we're just working to get our daily bread, man. We're working to keep our phones on, to keep doing these lessons, to be able to get information from around the world. But other than that, Akim, we're barely scraping by, you know. So things are about to get a lot more rough. So just prepare your spirit accordingly, and understand this is the exact thing that you've been preparing your spirit for so long. So stay up, you know. Don't let this world get down and bills get on your head. You know, I know it's easier said than done, because you know, every year, every 6 months, whatever your lease agreement or whatever apartment rent, whatever it is, it's going up all the time. And they're not giving you as much wage increases. They're not giving you a bonus. They're not giving you, you know, an hourly wage up at the same time that they give you your housing and bills and inflation. Hell no. Inflation 2 years ago was close to 10%, or past 10%. I think it was 10 point something. You know, but it just goes to show you that we're at the end of this thing. So with that being said, I pray that this lesson be edifying. I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to your hopeful elect Akim, pushing this word of truth and sincerity. Is your brother Amar from GMS Idaho camp, saying Shalom and DTA at Baba Ball. Soon.